Today, oh wow, I'm really dark there. Today, I'm starting this video out in the absolutely gorgeous town of Senoia, Georgia. Senoia is famous because this entire town was once a filming location in the hit series The Walking Dead. I'm not going to be exploring Senoia today or talking about the Walking Dead filming locations here. I've already done that. I will link a video up here if you want to see more about it. But I am using this as a starting off point for this video today because we're actually going to be talking about The Walking Dead. We're going to be seeing some filming locations from The Walking Dead, just not here, because about 10 miles down the road is the next nearest town. It's Griffin, Georgia. And The Walking Dead also films in Griffin. And not only do they film here in Senoia and there in Griffin, they film in between, up and down the roads in between. So today, in honor of The Walking Dead coming back on TV, this is going to be like part one of a two-part filming locations video. Today we're going to see some of the popular locations, and tomorrow we're going to see some of the popular death locations from obviously some of the main cast members when they died. We're not talking about just a season. They started filming in Griffin back in season 2. I think they're on like season 10 or season 11 now. So, I mean, there's a long list. We're going to try to see as many of them as we can today. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you're going to enjoy this. Even if you're not a fan of The Walking Dead, but you like seeing filming locations, this one's going to be interesting. As always, I'm going to try to include the clips for you. And so even if you're not familiar with the episode or even the series, you can still follow along and see. It's going to be pretty interesting. Right across from where I did the intro right here is Alexandria from the show. And it's just this giant, like, gated community. For many seasons now, they have filmed right here inside of this complex. They are currently filming The Walking Dead. So I thought it'd be cool to see some of these places. Heck, we might even run into them filming at some point today. There's a guy walking over here dressed up like a zombie. I guess he's, maybe he's an actor on the show, or maybe he's just doing it for fun. Who knows? In between Senoia, Georgia and Griffin, Georgia, back away from the main road, it's their production studio. This is that production studio, and it might look kind of familiar to Walking Dead fans because this was actually the prison from season 3. Right off to the next field behind it, they have now built this massive set, which is the hilltop on the show. This is where they film all of the scenes where they're at the hilltop, and they built this just for filming The Walking Dead. No other reason. Now, for our first close-up location today, we are at this old school building outside of Griffin, and The Walking Dead, they filmed here several times actually. They shot a scene here in the front of the building from season 9 where you can see Michonne, her and Daryl, they're walking right out here in front of the building, and then they eventually go inside.
Wait! Wait!
Before then, though, back in season 5, they shot here, but they used the back of the building instead. They came back here, and you could see Father Gabriel. He was walking around, picking up flyers off the ground, and you can see all of this back courtyard in those shots. They filmed a scene back in season 2 where Shane and Rick are driving down this road over these train tracks. You can see the white building on the left and this metal building with this awning here as they drive by. And then they stop right here outside of this gate where with this guard shack and everything. And in the show, this was actually being portrayed as the Mert County Public Works Complex. You can see the building back there. It looked exactly the same. And you can even see this guard shack here in those scenes. But if you look, there's movie filming trucks all in here. They're filming here right now. Apparently they shot a bunch of stuff right here. This is the backside of where we saw the filming trucks on the front, because there's a scene right here. They show the kingdom underneath that little awning right there, and they're spying on the new group of people called the Highwaymen.
Sure. Just like old times.
That same structure pops up again later on as Rick is looking down with some binoculars. Yeah, buddy, they are right in the middle of filming The Walking Dead today. That is awesome. This section of highway here, this is Georgia State Route 20. And this highway, you might notice, it looks like an interstate. And this is where they film all of the scenes from the show where they're like walking down an interstate and there's all kind of abandoned cars out there.
Shit. Okay. Close enough.
All right, let's go.
Got it?
I have now come into downtown Griffin, Georgia. A lot of scenes were filmed here in the downtown area. In episode 12 of season 8, there is a scene where Simon and Dwight, they're searching for Negan.
You must have thought about it. Clipping him yourself?
This is the spot where they filmed that, right here in this little alleyway. Those two brick things right beside this doorway with those two pipes sticking up are directly behind them in that shot, and there's a van like sitting right here in front of it with the trunk completely removed off of it. That's the spot right there.
But you didn't, because you chose to survive instead of focusing on past discomforts.
There is another scene in episode number 1 of season 8 where Morgan, Daryl, Tara, and Carol, they meet right here on top of this bridge. There's the camera angle, it's up behind me, so they must have had it on a crane facing this way, because you can see that building there with this angled front on it. It was all painted white in the show, but everything else looks exactly the same.
How close are we?
Close.
They used it for an episode in season 5 as well, where Daryl and Noah, they steal a truck so they can get back to Father Gabriel's church. The funny thing is they start out over here by the building, but then once they get in the truck and are driving, if you look out the windows, you can see them drive right underneath this bridge that we talked about. is right across the street from where the alley is with the bridge going over and all that is this smaller alley now. It was used in filming in season 6, episode 14. There is a shot of Eugene and Abraham walking like right here towards me, and right behind Eugene, you can even see this little staircase right here. You can see it over his shoulder behind him there.
So you tied back a Tennessee waterfall there.
I've changed, adapted, I've become a survivor.
Back in season 7, episode 14, Rosita actually, there's a car parked right up around the corner, and there's people over there, so I didn't really want to interfere with them. But there's cars up there, and Rosita's trying to hotwire it. Behind her, in the background of that shot, you can see the beginning of this dove down here.
You see a problem with that? I want to make sure we get him. That means we go in. If we shoot from a distance and miss, we don't get another chance.
I won't miss.
Even if you shoot and graze him and he doesn't die.
I won't miss.
After the girls leave that part, they turn out right here on this road. This building here should look familiar. In season 4, Daryl has separated from the group and he meets up with those other guys, and this was supposedly like an auto repair shop or whatever, but this was their like hideout.
Right there. It's our abode for the evening.
They filmed where you can see Rosita and Eugene walking down this path here. Like there was a different fence here at the time. You can tell that this one has been redone. It's like fairly new, but and then there was all this stuff was grown up over here on this side that they have now cleaned out. But this is the spot. This is where they filmed that scene right here. This is the hill that they were walking down in that shot.
Rick's the one who pushed us all to take the Savior's home. He's the one who jumped headlong into this shitstorm with no waiters.
You're selfish, and you're a coward, and you're a traitor.
At one point, they're walking Eugene like right down the road here, right next to this building. You can see the different colors, but they walked him right down this road here. Down in here, they shot several scenes. And this, it looks like a apocalypse happened here already anyways.
He couldn't have got far. Come on.
We can't let him get back to them. If you see him, blow that pig's head off.
They had a scene right here at this fire department. They filmed it right here. There's like clothes scattered all out in here in the ground and everything. And then right here on this bridge, they filmed a scene where Abraham has a zombie like hanging off the side of the bridge on a pole. They shot that scene right here because you can see these houses here right there. You can see those behind him and this building over here on the corner there. All those are visible behind him. And this is the spot where that went down right here, and that was an interesting scene where the walker's like hanging off the side of the bridge here by a pole. Obviously, they've started filming. The filming helicopter is up in the sky. That's right over there by Tyus Street where we passed by the production going on. They're behind that tree now. There they go. Yeah, they are obviously filming right this second. So they filmed a scene right here. You see, this was a bridge at one time, but it is now out. The bridge is no longer operational. In those shots, apparently they had a helicopter or something. You can see the side of it here. Now they digitally enhanced it, I guess you could say, to make it appear more like it's falling apart more than it really is.
Clear to the rally point, dude. See you on the flip.
And then they filmed a scene where the group is down here underneath it walking.
Go for standard search and cover in our perimeter around Hilltop. Eyeballs open.
Patrol 4 copies.
Come on, let's hurry it up.
There is a scene from in this little area of Griffin here. The governor, he was in control of Woodbury over in Sonoya. Everything's burnt down and he's on the move. So he's walking down the street right here in front of this building that's kind of angled here on the side. They're kind of like saying he's just entering town, and they're using this even though the town is actually over here, but you don't get to see any of that like movie magic is. But so he's entering town and there's a walker coming right for him, and he just kind of sidesteps him right there in that spot.
And I ask for no redemption in this.
Well, the next scene with the governor jumps to down the road. He's avoiding walkers and he collapses on the street. He's right here in front of this building, and it's pretty easy to spot because if you look, there was like a Gorbelly food truck parked right here. You can see that doorway there at the bottom right, and a woman pops her head out of this window right here on the middle, and you can see that that design there above her head in the shot.
Last pale light in the west.
This abandoned building here is an old industrial complex. In season 5, in like multiple episodes, this building here played the backdrop for those episodes.
Shots were from over there. I swear to God, I heard it.
This water tower here on the other side of this fence on the factory has the distinction of being the water tower that Rick climbs.
This is Rick Grimes. Does anybody copy?
There's the alleyway right there that they used when they had Noah walking down. He was bait for the cops. And then they had the cop come after him. That happened right there in that alleyway between these two buildings.
There.
Over here on this side of this industrial facility, they shot several scenes where you can see that staircase there that comes down on the side of the building. You can see it behind them multiple times throughout the series.
I'm out.
We got some cars parked near the east side lookout. You can take one and go home.
You staying? You good with all this?
At one point, Glenn and Michonne, they're with a large group, and they're out exploring. When they come to an abandoned town, that was shot right here.
Let's check these cars' work first, see if they can get us back.
You can obviously see that this looks exactly like it did in the show. The street signs look exactly the same. It's all the same. Everything is.
Stay with them.
So I'm on this dirt road. There's nothing but farmland around. In The Walking Dead, Season 9, they use this road for quite a bit of shooting. This is the road where they're driving the wagon down the road and it gets stuck.
Coming up on it soon. You got those circuits unscrambled yet?
You see Rick on horseback. He leaves the cabin and heads out down this road. And then there's a scene where Daryl is riding down this road on his motorcycle and he's killing all the zombies. They filmed a whole lot right here on this one road.
Mom?
Yeah?
I'm sorry about what I said last night.
Now, there was a scene where Rick gets impaled by rebar. And that took place right here. Now, all of that was just put up for shooting the show, but all that went down right here. The rebar was sticking out this way. You can see the big pole and the little pole. You can also see walkers coming from this direction and from this direction, and the horse gets spooked and throws Rick, and he winds up getting impaled by the rebar here. That happened right here, and that led to Rick's leaving The Walking Dead. Carol and that other boy, they were riding on the wagon and they kind of like turned in here, and then out of the trees there walks Daryl, and it's like the first time Carol and Daryl have seen each other in a long time. They filmed that right here. You can see these posts on the fence here behind them.
Oh, but... Whoa, whoa.
Need a ride, stranger?
That's gonna do it for this episode today and this Walking Dead filming locations video from the entire series of The Walking Dead, not just one episode or one season, from all over. Tomorrow I will be back with the rest of this video. It was just so long, I would split it up into two. Tomorrow I'm going to show you some of the filming locations for some of the more notable deaths from The Walking Dead. It'll be a lot of fun. Thank you all so much. If you're new here, go down and hit that subscribe button, then hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you all. I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Much love to all of you.